What's up? What's up? Real MVPs. Ricky Widmer here, and welcome into another NBA draft grade video. Yeah, Jake, I know. I do things with the hands. I'm here with the great Jake Neverman. Jake, how you doing today?
I'm doing it's the same thing every time. It's what's up, everybody? Real MVPs.
It's
So good.
both hands, one hand. Like, I got to make sure everyone knows I'm talking to you out there. Talking to you. But yeah, Jake and I, as a part of our series where we're breaking down what went down in the NBA draft for 2021, doing grades for everyone. Each of us, there's a pair of us that have teams for every team that had picks. We've gone over a couple. If you want to see them all, hit that sub button down below. But Jake, in this video, we are talking about the Brooklyn Nets, and they had a butt ton of picks. They had 2 first rounders. They traded for a new first rounder when they gave Shamet over to Phoenix and got the Phoenix pick. Their 5 picks were Cam Thomas, LSU, Day'Ron Sharpe from UNC, Kessler Edwards of Pepperdine, Marcus Zagorowski of Creighton, and then Raquan Gray from Florida State. Really, like you said before we went live, really Zagorowski and Gray probably not really need to talk about them. They're just kind of filler at the end. But the first 3 picks, really the first 2, are the really ones that we need to talk about. Here's where I want to start, though. Cam Thomas, I don't have a problem with that pick. That's a nice pick. It's something that the Nets need. They need shooting. They need guys to score the ball that are not named KD, Kyrie, or James Harden. Good. One thing they also needed, in my mind, is a center. And I remember this was like 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago. I tweeted out, I was watching the Minas Queta highlights, and I was like, this guy can play defense. He can block the shit out of people. Probably one of the best shot blockers in this draft. And I listed off teams that probably need to draft him, and the Nets were one of them. They did not go with Minas Queta, though. They went with Day'Ron Sharpe, who I had ranked way lower than Minas Queta. To me, that's where I think is like, if there's one spot where I think the Nets not fucked up, but missed the mark, was I don't know if Day'Ron Sharpe was the big they should have taken at 29.
Yeah, I think Day'Ron Sharpe. I think the biggest, obviously, Cam Thomas. I'm gonna say he's a hooper's hooper. He's a bucket getter. We love Cam Thomas in these streets. Day'Ron Sharpe. I think the biggest offseason, improvement the Nets are going to have in general is the fact that Claxton, if he can grow his game offensively, he can most likely start for them. Now, the problem with Claxton is that he can get bodied by big bigs, like an Embiid or such. I think that's what the target was with Day'Ron Sharpe, and he has a little bit more offensive upside, I believe, compared to Minas Queta, as you stated. So I think that's probably why they went with him. I think Day'Ron Sharpe, big-bodied center who plays pretty well defensively. His feet are okay. Everything's good defensively. Nothing's great like you look at Claxton or in your mind and in Minas Queta. I think the offensively has a little bit softer of a touch and a little bit better of a pick-setting ability, so that's probably why they took him.
Yeah.
Offensive upside just a little bit higher.
Yeah, I mean, because for me, I'm looking through, I've got my notes here for Namina somewhere. Like, when I broke down the Minas Queta highlights, like, the things that he did great. Defense, can shot block. He's a finisher around the rim. He's also a, like, underrated passer. Really, his weaknesses were handling the ball, his fluidity, his shooting overall, but, like, he's a big. You don't need that if you get Cam Thomas and then the guys that you already have. I wonder with Day'Ron Sharpe, like, this team needs an interior to where, like, there were so many times it's like, if it's kind of like what I would see with the Timberwolves, where it's like if the driver gets past the James Harden or the Kevin Durant, you don't have that big oak tree down below to kind of stand in the way between the driver and the rim. And I thought that for me, yet again, I'm a little bit higher on the Minas Queta than most after watching him this year and then diving in to his draft film. I thought that he would have been perfect with the Brooklyn Nets in general, to where that's the only screw up I see with this Nets drafting, because like you mentioned, Cam Thomas is a hooper. We love Cam Thomas in these streets, but like even Kessler Edwards, getting him in the second, he's someone that, like, how much playtime will he have? TBA, to be determined. But like, if they needed shooting and they wanted shooting, Kessler Edwards is a pretty good pickup for them to have even in the second round.
Yeah, we talked about they need to get options outside of Joe Harris to be able to stretch the floor, because obviously we saw Joe Harris go completely cold in the playoffs last year. Kessler Edwards is exactly that, and I think he has higher defensive upside than you look at a guy like Joe Harris, obviously averaging a block and a steal per game in college. I think Kessler Edwards has the ability to guard 1 through 3, and he can stretch the floor just with, I mean, I don't know if he'll be a 40% three-point shooter, but he'll probably be slightly above league average from deep, which is exactly what you want. You add, Day'Ron Sharpe, a questionable center. I don't know. I don't love the pick. I don't hate it. Cam Thomas and Kessler Edwards, I think, were perfect. I think they were exactly what you need. Two guys who can get you points offensively if, a Kyrie, KD, and Harden are out. So I think Cam Thomas, you'll see especially, will exceed in the league.
Yeah, and I mean, with Cam Thomas, the main thing was we looked at him, and that's why many people had him at like 22 when the Lakers were still drafting at 22, because of what he's able to add and how he can shoot and what people think he'll add to the league. When it comes to a grade for this team, I'm kind of going to settle on C+. I almost gave a B-, but like for me, I look at that Day'Ron Sharpe pick and I go, for me personally, it was a little bit of a misstep. It was a faux pas. I'm not going to say that it was a fuck up, because like it's not like Day'Ron Sharpe is doo-doo paper, as some people in our Discord would say, but like it's a misstep. I thought that there were better shot blockers, better defensive bigs, Minus Queta, that they could have taken with this pick. So that's why I got to settle on a C+ for the Brooklyn Nets.
Yeah, I guess I'm not as high as on Neemias Queta as you. I'll probably go B. I think they did pretty well. I think Cam Thomas was the perfect pick for them. I would have loved to see them package some picks and get an NBA veteran to help them. So that's probably my only downside with their draft. But I think at B, they knocked out a lot of needs that they had, and obviously this probably means DeAndre Jordan's time in Brooklyn is probably numbered.
I mean, or he's just there to keep KD happy.
Is he the glue guy?
He's the glue guy. He's the one that makes sure that KD doesn't get upset, man. KD and Kyrie have their guy. They all came together. That was the big three. James Harden was not originally a part of the big three. It was KD, Kyrie, and DeAndre Jordan that were coming to Brooklyn, Jake. That was the big three.
I have no comment.
But that is going to do it for the Nets video. Remember to check out all of our draft content. Make sure to hit that sub button down below. Also, if you want to support us, patreon.com/MVPvids, or becoming a channel member helps you support us, but you also get rewarded for supporting us. And then last but not least, if you want to continue talking NBA, the MVP Discord is the greatest community in the universe, having NBA chats each and every day. You can join that down below for free as well, where Jake is pointing. We will be back in more of these videos. Go ahead and check them out. Thank you guys for being as awesome as you always are. And as always, have a good day, everybody.